just goes to show you that cleaning the phone makes such a difference. The picture quality looks amazing compared to what it did about 2 minutes ago. So anyway, brand new in at Tesco's. New in at Tesco's. It's from Buxton Brewery. It's their Lupulus X, and this is Mosaic. So I will have a read on the back, see if it says anything. So Mosaic Indie Pale Ale, 5.4%. Lupulus X is an experimental single hop program. Every beer has the same recipe, only the hop changes to deliver a distinctive flavour burst. You do see this actually in both hops, but also a brewery close to me who made this beer here. Who is it? That one, Mr. Wraggys beer. You might have heard of it. You might not have. But anyway, doesn't matter. But anyway, I've got an eye. I've got a lash or something. No, it's here still. Bloody thing. Anyway, I can see it just there. Well, you're dead afterwards. I'm having it. If it's in your way, you can't bloody see what you're doing. It's in my peripheral vision. I've got this lash and it's going down. It's really, it's bugging me. Anyway, let's get back on with the beer because, oh dear. Right. So yeah, Lincoln Green, they changed the actual yeast instead of the hops to create a different beer. It's an interesting concept by having the same ingredients but changing either the hops or the yeast to develop a different beer altogether. It just goes to show you, from a homebrew point of view, if you was to buy a homebrew kit and then just by chucking in some new hops, what can happen to that kit? It's doing me nothing. So nice looking pour anyway. Golden to orange looking pour, depending on, you know, your light and camera. He better not have pooed all down the path. He's got this habit of just dropping his guts and, you know, and running. Can't fault him. You know, we all do the same, don't we, where we can get away with it. In any case, golden to orange pour. White head, bubbly white head on the nose. Oh, really intense hoppy nose on this. Tropical flavours. I suppose in some ways you're unleashing one hop to win, to rule the world of hops. One hop to rule them all. Imagine that being in Lord of the Rings. Instead of one ring. And instead of rings, you've got 9 different hops, all trying to be the king hop. And then you've got the dark hop, Mosaic. Hey. Oh, right. Oh, really annoying there. I'm tempted to kill the review and start again, but nah, let's just go with it. Oh, if anybody can see it, it's just here somewhere. Even when I open my eyes up and down. I can feel it. So yeah, because there's only one hop, that one hop is being allowed to really distinguish itself. And it's interesting really, because from a drinker's point of view, we all get what we get out of beers, but this is a way to discern if a certain hop is your cup of tea, more so than any other hops. So it's a very interesting concept, and I know a Buxton Brewery aren't really the only ones doing this. There are other across the UK, but it is interesting. From a homebrew background, getting that one hop that you love the taste of across multiple companies. Obviously, these have got their own ingredients, barley, malt, whatever they're putting in, and yeast. Yeast is the other factor. It's a very interesting factor. Like I say, Lincoln Green did it in Nottingham with Left Lion and Right Lion. Left Lion was made with Nottingham yeast. Right Lion, I think anyway, was made with London yeast. For me, Nottingham yeast was much nicer, but not always. Even some of the people from the brewery were different on which one they liked. Just goes to show you, our taste buds define us. It is what it is. You know, we're all very different. So yeah, Buxton, not overly far away from me, on the run up to Manchester. So you've got Matlock, Bakewell and Buxton on the way up. Buxton Brewery in Buxton, Thornbridge in Bakewell. You know, it's quite a nice run up really. I must do it again soon. We've not been up for a while, what with COVID and that, and it's gone out of the way now. I can see again properly. But yeah, it's and Buxton Brewery, I didn't know not much about them until they came into Morrison's a year or two ago. And obviously, my knowledge of the craft beer world is maybe not as much as other people's. But I go on taste. I don't go on reputations. Reputations mean little to nothing to me. It's the taste of the beer. Chuffing notifications. That means more to me than anything else. One must always remember that. So see, smell, taste. A lot of the Joe public don't care if your name's Cloudwater, BrewDog. They don't care. BrewDog, yes, has got a bit of a reputation, although its reputation in the media has been somewhat hampered of late by the way it's treated its employees. A lot of employees coming out the woodwork and saying BrewDog this, BrewDog that, regardless of the the truthfulness behind such comments. You know, mud, once it gets slung, it can be damaging, even if you are holier than thou. But yeah, so like I'm saying, I don't really care for names and who's this, who's that. And I know some of my good friends in the beer review community, they hold in high esteem certain brands, and I've had them brands and I wasn't overly impressed. Did I have bad batches from those brands? Hard to know. Hard to know. My journey is very different to their journey, and this is the thing that makes us all very unique. We've all got different journeys of beer, whether we come from a supermarket background, a craft beer background, and all our favourite styles of Belgian beers, German beers, imperial stouts, sours, and so on and so forth. And that is what makes the community, because everybody's got a certain style of beer they like and a certain brewery they're keen on. And sometimes we can be overly keen on a brewery and miss some of the facts. All of us can all be guilty of it. It's like if your best mate was brewing and, you know, you drink it and it'd be like, and you don't see. Sometimes you don't. You don't see past the negativities. And then sometimes you do. And sometimes you see too much. And it is a strange thing, isn't it? Like, that's the world of beers, world of beer reviews. It's like me today. I went to Bang the Elephant. And I'm there, and I'm with the ex-head brewer of Blue Monkey, who actually set up his own brewery, and with one of the Bang the Elephant guys, and they're all drinking the Wraggys Golden Ale, and they were deciphering the taste, picking it apart, and it was interesting to hear brewers. And it was positive. Don't get me wrong, it was positive, but it was interesting. From a point of view where, you know, I went to the brewery and brewed a beer, it was interesting to see how it's perceived by the brewery community. Hence all these beers. You know, same with Buxton, you know, it must be interesting for their brewery, for their like, let's be fair. If you are a brewer and some idiot is reviewing your beer, you know, Untapped's one thing, but Untapped, these are faceless people putting in scores, and to be honest, I don't rate the platform. I don't care how many check-ins you've got. It just means you drink a lot of beer, and your ratings mean nothing, especially if it's just a rating or it's just a check-in. And it's like, well, did you actually say anything about the beer? Where's your constructive criticisms? No. At least with beer reviews, 99 times out of 100, 95 maybe, you're going to hear a review that's actually interesting, constructive, and may pick up on points that you agree with. That, to me, is one of the interesting points of doing beer reviews. In any case, golden to orange, yeah, like I said, golden to orange pour. There was a whitehead. Like I say, good hoppy aroma. There's an intense. I thought it was a tropical intenseness. I may be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm not a whiz kid. I never know everything. Yeah. And sometimes you can be deceived as well. You read things and you can be deceived. Trust me, it happens. We're all guilty of it. So what I do know is, new in at Tesco's, another stellar beer from the Buxton range. I do find that this range update from Tesco's has been a lot more interesting than the summers. The summers had far too many wishy-washy pale ales that didn't really hit the spot. And that's me being brutal. This range of beers with the stouts, triple IPAs and stronger beers, it's been, and certainly more flavourful beers, it's been an interesting update. So out of 5, would I drink it again? Possibly not. No, this is more, for me, it's a one-off beer. It's a nice beer, but a one-off beer in any case. We've all got beers we either will or won't drink again. For me, a good 4.3 out of 5. Yeah, it was a nice beer, and I do like this, trying the single hop varieties out. What I would like to say to Buxton is, which is the favourite? Which one really is the spot? Is it a Sabro, Mosaic, and so on and so forth? And are you going to do maybe some of the older hop varieties: Admiral, First Gold, Amarillo, Centennial, Citra, and you know, not just like the ones at the front at the moment. It's very interesting to see. And then there's the yeast element as well, Buxton. What about changing the yeast profile, keeping a single hop, or keeping a trio of hops, and then just changing the yeast to see where it goes? Again, an interesting experiment for all the beer fans of beer. It is, isn't it? You know, it's all about, this is what it's about: taste, smell, aroma, and feedback. Feedback is critical, but good feedback, not arsey feedback. Cheers all, see you soon.